And first about your gallery. You're a gallerist.
Yes, that's true. Actually, Philafrique is a very new gallery that I've just created 3 months ago in order to promote contemporary African art. Africa is a big continent made with 54 countries, and you can imagine diversity and how rich in terms of culture we can discover artists. So the purpose for Philafrique is to unveil an art crush from each country. So first exhibition unveiled a young Ghanaian photographer, Rusted Kweku, and this current exhibition, the one you can see around, is putting the light on Ivory Coast with Peintre Obou. The idea is also to change mediums, it's not just focused on photography or painting, it can be a mix. Sometimes it may be photography, the other time painting or drawing or sculpture or a mix of many different mediums. But the idea is really, to show the world what contemporary African art is, what happens there in that country, full with amazing talents actually. Yeah, and also the art is like a pretext. It's the opportunity to speak about deepest things actually. For example, imagine you would like to learn on, the culture of Ghana, for example. Maybe it would be so boring to go to the library, to check a book and discover page after page information. Here you will have an exhibition unveiling, an artist living in Ghana, inspired by his life there, and through his art will lead you to some cultural points, and it's quite, I won't say funny, but
give a little bit more taste of the culture.
Yeah, ludique. The word in French is ludique. It's like you have the feeling to play, like you entertain yourself, but you learn a lot, and important things, serious things.
I saw on that exhibition you also have few events. It's today's chocolate test.
Yeah, exactly.
You had some other things as well.
Absolutely. Actually, this new exhibition is quite specific because I had this amazing chance to have the artist coming here in Geneva for the opening of his solo show. So, to me, it was so important to offer people the opportunity to meet him and to take advantage of him being there. So that's why I organized almost an event every day. He was here. Like, of course, the first day we had the opening. The other day it was a workshop that could help to understand better his work. You previously asked me a question about masks. Actually, this artist, as you can see, the mask is almost in all his pieces. It's the center of his work. So for the workshop yesterday, I collaborate with an anthropologue who knows a lot on African history, and she could tell more about mask. Mask is not just a mask. It can be so many different things. It can be used for decoration. It could be used as something very spiritual, and in Africa, it has a central role in society, and different types of masks exist, different hierarchies. So it's very vast actually, but she made it quite light to focus on the mask, the very specific mask the artist refers to in his work. Actually, this mask represents his culture, his ethnic. I don't know in English the word. I'm sorry. And is an ambassador of his specific culture. And well, this workshop was interesting because it was, putting the guidelines of the mask so that everyone could maybe perceive how big the subject is, and that the artist doesn't use the mask like just to have fun. It has a very deep meaning, even wears it and all that.
Putting mask, it's to hide behind your personality, a little bit more discreet. There is also some meaning in African culture. In some sense, yes, because, for example, the artist explained us yesterday that, like, imagine in a village, they have specific roles, and for example, for each role, there is a specific mask. And for some persons allowed to wear a mask, their identity had to be hidden. Events like openings, sometimes we are all there attending it, and suddenly, for example, someone very important will arrive, like, I don't know, a minister or a president, and he would like kept all the attention. And the artist was like, no, I have the artist, and it would be great if everyone could wear a mask so that we would all be equal. So it can be a way to put people equal as well. We can say a lot on mask. We also can say mention the social mask. That we all wear social masks, like the mask you wear when you are with your family. I guess you maybe wear another one when you are with friends. Even the way your voice sounds is different. I'm sure even the sound of your voice is different when you talk to me, or to your employer, or to your doctor, or to your best friend, or to the guy you are dating. Interesting question. I will try to think about that.
And I think it can also be unconscious, but even this is a mask actually. If you are, I don't know, in a seduction game, or in a according to the situation, maybe we change mask.
So what you can say about that artist, which one you exposed today?
This artist is very important for me. It's actually an amazing art crush I had during a very specific moment in time, COVID. The artist is actually Ivorian, like I am, and I discovered an amazing painting he did, describing, showing Ivory Coast, Abidjan in specific, at COVID time, and it was amazing, like the way characters were. I mean, it was an amazing crush. And then I saw a second piece, and then a third piece, and I say, okay, I have to call him and ask him who he is, and we have to work together. So now we are 2 years after that, and I have the chance to display his work here in this gallery, and I'm very happy.
How old he is, if you're allowed to say that? Details.
The age of the artist?
Yes.
Yeah, of course, he's pretty young. He's 30 years old only.
And how long he paint?
He has been painting for 4 years, something like that, around 4 years.
And he did already a lot of exhibitions.
Yes, he's famous. He's known almost everywhere. Like, he's been showcased in Paris, in Berlin, in Dakar during the Biennale. Some works of his are even in Lithuania Museum. So he's an amazing talent, and he's very, very. He's booming. So
in US also, not yet.
sorry?
In USA,
Not yet. But I don't doubt it will be the next step for him.
okay. And he paint in what technique he paint?
Acrylic. Actually, it's acrylic on paper or on canvas, and that's it. Also, I use yeah, it's like a fruit. Well, whatever.
Okay.
And what is quite specific around his work is that he integrated the mask around his work. We could see a mask face on almost each portrait that is a part of the exhibition, and it's not just a decoration aspect. This mask is very specific. Actually, it has built his whole identity as an artist, and it's really what makes him different from another, you know. Is in his culture that it's like in Ivory Coast, each culture, each ethnic, each group has a mask, and Peintre Obou is the ambassador of his group actually, and is the mask his culture, you know, uses, and he wears. Actually, he wears. We basically can say that he wears his culture, you know, on him. Actually, he paints people around him, friends, people he knows, and all of them are, you know, maybe major figures in his group, you know.
I saw some other art, not only what represented here, it's mostly or people or also houses from Africa.
He was so paintings with many different people. Yeah, actually, it's crowds. And that's, I mean, the first works of him I've discovered were those kinds of works actually. A big canvas showing a crowd. Because in Africa, not in Africa, in Ivory Coast, in Abidjan, he was living in a neighborhood with many people actually, and he was just painting this. He was just painting
He painted from the life model by using the photo.
No, he has the scene in his head actually. And sometimes with real models, inspiring from real models. It's funny, the way we feel almost that they are watching us, no?
Yeah, some
of them, because they surround us, and I sometimes have that feeling that, you know,
not alone.
they are with us. And everything. All the expression comes from the eye. Remember during COVID, we had a preview of this because we all had to wear masks, and if you wanted to share emotions, to show that you were smiling or mad or whatever, everything had to pass through the eyes actually. So.
Yeah, that's very interesting as well, link with mask, or not mask like that, or mask like that, but still you see the eyes.
Yeah, true.
Okay, thank you very much for information, for all that nice conversation that I really enjoyed. And if people want to see more information about exhibition, about artists, about gallery, you can see in the information about under that video.
Okay, perfect, I will.
Okay, thank you.